Red button's mashed.
The red button is smashed, mashed, whatever you want to call it. What's going on, fellas?
Back again.
Back in the saddle.
We hadn't got canceled yet.
Well, we've only been out
in 30 minutes.
Well, I cut
2
out
hours.
the parts in the first episode where we would get canceled. So, sorry y'all didn't get to see that. Maybe one day we'll come out with something where you get to see all that.
And a blooper reel.
I doubt it.
I doubt it. But yeah, today is the launch of the podcast. Hopefully.
Hold on, time out. Your mic ain't plugged up.
Breaker 19 for that Brockway 18-wheeler. Come on, good buddy.
Did I catch a niner in there when you're calling from a walkie-talkie?
Imagine if we had these when we were 12? Even better. We got them when we're 40.
Come ahead on, bandit. We'll slip you into the rocking chair. Play a little hide and seek. The welcome mat is out and you're coming home.
All night at the end of the day. I know, don't tell the camera that. Jeez. I've got this mic on because I gave Tyler my cord. We got to get more cords because I'm having to double up the cords.
This is podcast on a budget, man.
Yeah, we're having to double up y'all's cords.
Plug this in. I gotta say something.
We need to.
So I didn't.
We're waiting on them sponsor dollars to come rolling in where we can order us another mic cord.
If you're interested in sponsoring.
Yeah, we need a mic cord.
Yeah. But yeah, you weren't supposed to tell it.
Well, then that mic's pretty much useless then.
Now everybody, every time the camera goes to him, they're gonna say, "That idiot's."
Yeah, there's gonna be a million comments down there that says,
He ain't got no
hey, this
cord.
mic ain't hooked up.
That's Bluetooth.
I think somebody else would have noticed that your cord that's
Well, I guess
pointed
it
towards
would. You're
the
right.
camera.
If they would have if you noticed that quickly.
I know, yeah.
You might well just move it out of the way now, Will. Just get it out of your way.
I feel naked now, though.
No,
I'm sorry.
He's trying to cover up that nice new grown-in stash he's sporting over
That
there
French
this week.
tickler.
Oh, God, you got to edit that.
Yeah.
It is. Those things have gotten popular over the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife's.
Looking like a Temu Magnum PI over there.
She says she's not a fan, but I think she is.
She's
She's
probably
my
not.
only fan. You know what I'm saying?
That's
She's
how you
my-
can tell she really loves you.
Yeah. No, I think she hates it. She told me she hates it. So. But yeah, the podcast is out right now. If you've got to watch it, what time is it right now? 1 or 12:30. So it's been out hour and a half.
Yeah.
So if you got to watch it in the first hour and a half, I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't got to watch it yet, I hope you get to, and I hope you enjoy it too. And we have a new
Guest.
guest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we want him to be here.
If the ship's going down, me and John Paul, we're finna take somebody else down with us.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is Tyler. Tyler, tell him who you are.
Yeah, I'm Tyler from Drew. Been hanging around 16 years now. Not with John, but 17 years.
I've been it I've been doing it 25, which is crazy. This will be year 26. But yeah, Tyler is managing equipment and coordinating everything in the Mississippi Delta now. So been operating the machine for pretty much 15 years and then started stepping into the fun role of dealing with all the other machines. How many machines we run over there last year? It was 14 or 15?
Yeah.
But I think we discussed on the last episode, we are cutting back a number of equipment and getting newer equipment, which we're pretty excited about. We're going to have some stuff out about that very shortly.
Equipment reveal.
Yeah, very shortly, and the new technology and stuff. But excited about it for this year. Hopefully farmers and everybody's stuff starts to turn around and have a good year. Everybody bad needs it. So
I also learned yesterday that Tyler potty trains his kids like they're wolves.
Don't lock the door. You have a mess.
Tell them how you
Oh, you trying to get in the shot now. Oh, Lord.
I hadn't heard this one.
Well,
He can edit anything.
yeah, you ain't talking to nobody but us right now.
man, Ainsley, it killed her to tell the story. But we potty trained her outside.
Yeah.
Hell, she's like, I gotta go to the potty. It's like, hell, there's a back door. Well, she transitioned to number 2. So.
Yeah. Well, still will love this, but yeah, I finally got tired of changing his, and I just let him sit on the brick for a little while with it on for a little bit, and after that, it started turning around. So
It's like our man child. He don't care.
Yeah.
That's where he belongs out there.
Waylon, when he was like 1, 2-ish, he wouldn't poop in front of nobody. Like, he would like run and hide. And we couldn't find him, and we'd be looking for him, and we'd find him in a corner, like holding on to the wall, like gritting his teeth, like, holding on, like face red, everything. And he would get mad and tell you to leave while he pooped his pants.
awesome. I don't know why we're on this. But,
Well, back to litter spread.
we did. We did talk about something yesterday, and me and Craig's talked about before. We were talking about how, like, if you think back, like, what do they call it on the side of the road, that poke salad, poke salad.
Poke
You know,
salad.
that's what we were talking
it.
about. You know, you have to boil it how many times to.
That's a lot.
I've never eat it, but I remember my grandmother. I remember stories about my daddy talking about my grandmother. She loved it. I never eat it that I know of to my knowledge, but she said I think you had to boil it, pour the water out, put it back in with fresh water, and do that like a couple of times before it was even edible. Because
What is this?
poke salad.
It's
Poke
You ever
salad.
seen the little?
It's a weed,
It'll
ain't
grow
it?
up.
I mean-
I don't know, probably head high, and it's got little purple berries on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's on, I mean, it's on the side of the road, like. But what I was saying is, okay, the first person that tried poke salad died.
Oh, yeah, I've thought about this a lot.
I bet the
And
5th
so-
and 6th did too.
And so then the second one was like, man, that killed him. But I tell you what, I'm going to boil it again. And he died. And the third person came along and said, you know what? Both of them died. I'm going to boil it 3 times. And I guess that's the magic number.
That's where the phrase 3 times the charms comes from.
Maybe. I don't
Maybe,
know. But
I don't know.
But then
Yeah.
the 4th guy knew it all, so he had to come in there. And,
so, yeah.
I've thought about this a lot. Like, who was the first person to figure out something would kill you if you ate it? You know, well, I
first
guess,
person to
yeah,
die.
yeah, I guess.
I mean, if somebody was watching, but
There's a lot of firsts in the world. It's just like milk. Who was walking along pasture one day? I don't guess they had pastures back then, and all of a sudden said, "Hey, baby,
oh yeah.
what about them udders? Can I have some of what's in that?" I mean, what was you doing to that cow when you figured out that it was?
That's not a bad point. I mean, you have a valid point. Like, you would have to be curious in an odd way to figure out that, hey,
yeah.
that thing's got milk in it.
Oh, God.
There was either some smart folks early on, or some
Brave.
brave and dumb people early on as well. So
Yeah.
trial and error.
Yeah. I
Did
don't
you
know.
figure out your stretchy pant debacle?
No, but stretchy pants. I just know that I'll never buy another pair of jeans that aren't stretchy.
I didn't mean
for
to
sure.
laugh that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
I'll
we got
never-
stretchy pants, stretchy blue jeans, I mean, it's like, how long with all the technology we had does it take this world to figure out that blue jeans don't need to
Yeah.
feel like sandpaper on you? I mean, I could have probably been world class, some sort of athlete if I was wearing stretchy pants back then. I mean, I was a pretty good bowler. I could have maybe been professional in stretchies.
Non-stretchy jeans, I couldn't kick anybody. And I ain't saying I could with stretchy jeans, but I feel like I could kick somebody with stretchy
couldn't be
jeans.
like Chuck
I've
Norris
got
doing it.
that built-in flexibility there where if I needed to kick somebody, I might could. Otherwise, with them other ones, no. I might get my leg up maybe knee high, and it's going to restrict me down.
I mean, a pair of good old cowboy cut Wranglers. I mean, you about need a ladder, a scalpel. And
I definitely couldn't ride a bull in
back
it.
to lower you down in there.
Like I was telling John Paul y'all yesterday on the phone, I'm sure they didn't have stretchy jeans when I was young, but shoot, our parents had us running around in like 120 grit leaves, you know, just chaffing us up.
Snake boots.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
man.
knew we wasn't going far. You couldn't. Ain't no way you could leave the yard. Dang sandpaper jeans.
Oh, God. Yeah, we could have been a lot more if we'd have had stretchy
If we'd had
jeans.
stretchy jeans, we'd have left the county.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought about that phone call a lot yesterday, and it kept cracking me up because Craig just called and we was talking about something, and he goes, "Hey, if y'all think of something, be writing it down." You know, I've been writing down in my notes, and John Paul was like, "You can share that," and he was like, "Well, I'm fixing to tell you what I got wrote down," and he said, "Y'all ready for this?" He said, "We will talk about this on the podcast tomorrow," and he was like, "All right, what is it?" He said, "What do y'all think about stretchy jeans?" I was like, "What?"
Hey, it's just random deer hunting thoughts. That's what I was sitting in the stand. I told Bub about a couple I had this morning that I jotted down. It's like, I asked him this morning, like on toilet paper. Y'all was talking about the bathroom a while ago. And I'll go as far on toilet paper. You know, you got when you put it on the roll, if it's over or under.
It's got to be over.
I'm an over fella. And if I come to your house and use the bathroom and I have to do that business and use your toilet paper and it's under, I'll flip it around before I use it. I'll flip it over and I'll roll it from the top before I use it.
Are you that guy that blows it up at everybody's house?
No, I try not to.
My brother's that guy.
I'm one of them that I'll blow it up before I blow my pants up for sure now. But no, I'm not going to try.
Why are we
to.
back to this?
Magnating
Magnating back.
I just thought about that this morning, just
two
random.
mine.
That's one of those. You're either an over and under person.
Well,
and if you're under, I don't even want to be associated with you because
somebody asked me.
you got to be borderline crazy to put the toilet paper on.
I'm going to be honest. I don't like putting it on the roll. I like it in the stand.
You like to grab it.
Or, yeah. That's me. So then I can go any way I want to.
When you pull it, all right, so toilet paper's there, you're an over, under, you know, whatever. When you pull it off, do you wrap it, do you bunch it, or do you fold it?
I'm a folder.
I got asked this question the other day, and I didn't realize this was such a serious thing.
I don't know. I mean, whatever.
I'm a folder.
Yeah, I'm a folder too.
All right, so I didn't know. I told the guy I was a buncher at first, and he was like, "What's wrong with you?" You know? And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You're gonna get poop all over your fingers."
Yeah, I think if you bunch it, that's what you done when you was like first grade, I believe.
Well, so then I paid attention to the way I was doing it the next time.
Yeah.
And I'm a roller, then take it off, and then bunch it.
Just when we thought we was gonna get an episode 3, we went down this road.
Okay. So.
Oh shoot.
So we went and looked at the new sprayer yesterday.
Yeah.
And the new
spreader. Yep. The new John Deere equipment.
Was the cabs nice?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I used to work for Deere. I mean, I know they always had nice cabs, but aren't they bigger than our traditional?
I think so. They are in that seat.
Because we've had some John Deere equipment for sprayers, so they're bigger than our current sprayer cabs.
Well, see, but we only had the 40. We only had the 4023 in that cab.
So it's gotta be, but yeah, that's
lot.
like a 5000 series type cab.
No, the cab on it and the seat, like the armrest, will go all the way to the right. I mean, not all the way, but what degree would it go to the right? It was.
I don't know.
It was like 45 degrees.
It spin.
And then when you do that, the armrest also moves. It moves independent with it. But it rides good.
And see, that's one of those deals. It won't mean anything to the guys we're out there spreading for, applying, but that means a lot to an operator sitting in that seat all day long. To be able to stretch out, have room.
Well, it's amazing. I started out with Diddy it was a International 8100.
Did you have that side window air conditioner? Where you had to kick that front window through.
No, I made it in the air conditioner area. I had air conditioner. I did not have an air ride seat when I first started, and that's why.
That's what's wrong with you.
I remember I did it up at Mike and Pat Williamson. I hit a drain ditch that I thought was not as deep as it was, and when I came down, I felt it popping. I got a fractured vertebrae kind of up.
Can I tell them?
Top of my back.
I tell them the Miss Kyle story? How about your back?
And
John Paul had back problems. I'm talking about.
I still have back problems.
From when I first met him. How many every years ago? A long time ago. But anyway, Miss Kyle, she's passed along now. Sweet old lady, Benny Kyle's mother. Anyway, we used to operate out of their facility there, and Miss Kyle, sweet as she could be, John Paul come in there and he was hobbling around one day, old back done give out, and Miss Kyle wasn't gonna ask nothing, out loud, not hurt John Paul's feelings. Once she got over beside me, she said, "Craig, what's wrong with that young man? Is he mentally challenged?" And I said, "No, ma'am, Miss Kyle." I said, "He's down in his back a little bit." And she said, "Oh, I was just wondering because he looked like the old hunchback in Notre Dame over there walking around."
I was hurting.
He'd been had a tough go for a long time. That's been a while.
Craig, that was 04. That was the first year.
We figured out the other day, John Paul finally admitted, we used to just have to deal with each other sort of seasonally in the fertilizer business, or when I went to the John Deere business, I'd talk to him every now and again when he wanted equipment. But he finally come to figure out that he's just once a year wasn't enough to see me. So
I don't think that's what we came to agreement on, but okay.
He hired me where he could see me every day. So
Yeah.
it warms my heart.
Yeah, I'm sure. I am sure. We're gonna have we'll have some more people on here too. One day we're gonna get Joe Frank involved in this, and I've got a couple of stories I want him to tell y'all. I thought about one of them, just a little teaser on the Christmas with the bags in the yard. I want to tell that. And
I can just sit here and we're just sitting here just carrying on. You can think about 9,000 different stories, and you're sitting there like,
I've got a Joe Frank story.
No, can't tell that one, and then you try to think of another, and you're like, no, can't tell that one either. So we'll try to keep it.
For those of you who are wondering, Joe Frank is a good fella.
I'll tell the Chip Henley story since he's not here.
Tell it because he's not here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to come on here with us. So I was spraying with Chip one day.
He was in the video. We used talking about your daddy.
Chip was?
No, Joe Frank.
Yeah, Joe Frank.
Yeah, Joe Frank was.
Yeah. But anyway, I was spraying on Chip. It's been several years ago when I had Mr. Dan Cruz with me, and he's passed away now. But Mr. Dan had to use the bathroom. We were working over there on Chip, and I had a box of them red rags in the side toolbox of the truck. So I didn't think nothing about it. I went spraying. Mr. Dan, he went and did his business, and I got back to load up the next time, and there's one of them red rags laid out on Chip's chemical trailer back there, just out there by itself in the sun. And I said, "What's that rag doing there?" And he said, "Miss John," that's what he called me. He said, I had to use the bathroom, and I had to use it, and I just washed it off after I got done using it. I was like, oh. And so anyway, I didn't think no more about it. Well, Mr. Dan, I think, done forgot and left it on there when we left, and Chip got it. And I thought about it, got the trailer, and I thought about it later. And I asked Chip, I said, "Did you get that red rag on the back of the trailer?" He said, "Yeah, I used it when we were putting the Roundup and stuff back on, wipe my hands with." I said, "Chip, Mr. Dan done wiped his butt with that." And it like to killed him.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, boy.
I don't know how we spent the first time. What are we sitting at, like 30 minutes, and we've went from...
It always circles back to a turn. Always back to a turn.
But that is a big part of our business. When we leave the offices in the morning, we don't have a restroom. I mean, nature is our restroom. So, a lot of time we have a lot of stories.
We're like Indians.
Yeah. We're sort of primitive.
Is that what we're going with?
We're
Like
sort
I
of primitive.
discovered poke salad. I'm going back in for.
When we go to the field, we're real primitive. So
That's how it was discovered. He was taking a dump. It was like
and the worst, and I've done this, you'll think, and I don't know how people can find you when you don't want them to find you, but you'll be in the middle of anywhere, and, nature calls, and I was out in the middle. I think we was somewhere up north, maybe Ball and Booneville area somewhere, and I didn't know where we was at. I just seen a turn road that you could go down, so I rode the loader down there, cut the loader off. I didn't know anybody was back in those woods, so I'm sitting there breeches to my ankles down there, and nice, good, cool, brisk fall day, and I guess there's some hunters back there. I hear a side by side coming up through the woods, and man, I'm trying to pull my britches up. They pull up there and won't know what I'm doing. I was like, man, we up front spreading line, but it sort of makes it odd.
You talking about that? One of my favorite stories is Will was over toward outside of Will by the train tracks there on 32. He was out in the middle of nowhere, and it hit him. He said he whooped up to the tree line and went up there to the front axle and was squatted down. And he said he's just looking around, making sure ain't nobody coming. And he said about that time a blue racer stood up out of the grass looking eye to eye with him. He had to go up that ladder, nigga.
Yeah.
The one, me and Molly ain't been married but about, I ain't telling that story. I ain't telling that story.
Better not.
No, but me and Molly ain't been married but about, I don't know, 2 years. And I was hunting this big old deer, right? And it was during bow season. And I was trying to kill him while he was still doing his summer feeding pattern. And I got all the way back in there. It's like 2 miles from my truck. And I get up this stand, and I mean, I'm in like the perfect spot in my mind anyway. And at about 8 o'clock, it hits me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I ain't moving. I ain't doing it. I'm going to kill this deer. And so I sat there, and I sat there, and I sat there, and boy, the pressure just kept getting more and more and more. And so finally, I was like, I got to relieve something here. Something's got to give, or it's all fitting to give, right? And so I lift up on one side. Because I can
This is
take...
getting too detailed.
It is, yeah.
Go ahead. We can edit anything.
Yeah, let her rip.
I lift up on one side, to let one loose or whatever. And I got more than a bargain for it.
Right.
Well, so I'm like, oh gosh, And so I get down. Eventually, I didn't get down right away, I'll be honest about that. But I got down eventually. And so I get home, and I had to go to work. And so I get dressed or whatever and cleaned up, and I just put my clothes on the washing machine, and I meant to put them in the washing machine, and I left. I get home, and my wife's standing there waiting on me with a pair of gloves on.
Proud she married you.
And she's just smiling ear to ear when I walk in the door. And I said, hey, babe. She's like, hey. She said, you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm good. I was like, what's up? She's like, oh, did you have a good day? I was like, yeah. She said, you feel good? You feel better? I'm like, I think, yeah. And she was like, well, what's this? And she walks over and picks up my long johns and holds them.
It's tough.
So yeah, that was the time that I was,
Well, since we're at the very end of our bad business section of the podcast, we went to over and under. On the other question, do you have a particular brand, or you just whatever's there you're going to use?
On toilet paper?
Yeah.
Whatever Ashley's buying currently is good with me.
You don't complain about it either way?
No, I mean, I don't like the John Wayne toilet paper
Yeah.
that's one ply and you stand the risk of
13 miles on one roll.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
As
long as it's soft.
I'm kind of bougie on toilet paper now. I like the Charmin Ultra Soft.
I think that's what we got.
Blue.
I don't know.
It's like grabbing a piece of cloud when you grab it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why we're here.
You want to talk about turkey hunting next?
No, I don't want to talk about turkey hunting.
Bub did mention one, and we won't bring the guy's name up, but he did mention a good one to discuss, and I never even thought about it before. I didn't know it was one way to do it, but he said, do you button your shirt like a button-up shirt? Do you button it from the top, or do you button it from the bottom?
You want to know the honest truth? When I take mine off, I only unbutton it. I only button it once.
I don't unbutton mine at all.
I unbutton the top one to
And
get it over my big head.
You put it on like a T-shirt.
Put it on like that, and then I button that one up.
Man, you're a psycho. What the crap?
So you don't ever unbutton it?
Brands
No.
They a year old, never been unbuttoned.
Yeah, I go
slip the
one
hang
down
up through
so
there.
it don't.
You the same way?
Yeah.
Man,
if I get it,
I think y'all are minority on that.
Craig, they're uncivilized.
I'm on a dang podcast with a bunch of dang sickos.
Well, you're not in a business suit where you're.
I got soft thumbs. Man.
I've never even thought about undoing it like that.
Since you've been in
that's
public
nice
before, do you button yours from the top or the bottom?
I'm a top top down guy, I guess.
I'm a bottom up.
Start from the
bottom
bottom
up.
down
Yeah.
here.
If you don't have to worry about that if you do like me and Tyler.
You just get it right once and just undo one. I've
Just
never
slip it over.
good gracious.
That's some of the biggest arguments me and Megan ever had is in onesies and on babies. How many buttons and snaps they got on them? God,
Yeah.
So
It's too much to deal with.
30, oh,
everything's a pullover.
I pull them out the
The
neck.
pop? I mean, I'm wearing stretchy jeans. This is a stretchy
You know what
shirt.
you need?
Why would I unbutton it
You
all
know
the way
what you
down?
need.
Why don't
need-
you just get a regular shirt like a V-neck that just buttons like the right
No,
there?
I've got the perfect
I don't like
outfit.
those.
You need
You
one
like
of
the full
those.
button down. You just don't want to unbutton.
Well, my
the
gosh
button.
dang belly's got to breathe.
You need one of those chino outfits. You know, like the jumpsuit with the stripes down and on
You're
the side.
talking about a tracksuit.
Yeah,
Yes,
tracksuit. Yeah.
I'm gonna,
What did I call it?
I'm
A
get-
chino suit?
Chino. I don't know what
I
you're
don't even
talking
know
about. I'm
what
getting an
that is.
Adidas tracksuit, black with white pinstripes. I'm getting me some high top.
No, it's got to be green.
No, black and white.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
And then I'm finna start wearing that to some basketball games and stuff like that. What
You
I'm
got-
thinking about doing.
a grill, maybe.
No, I'm not. That's too deep for my gold chain.
Oh. Yeah.
Like Case proud of me.
You did kill a deer.
Killed a 6 point. It was a bigger 6 point than what, a 6 point is. I guess it was 17 inches wide. Old deer. We've been trying to
Classy
kill it
six.
for a couple of years.
But
I've been looking for that buck we saw on the bottom a little while ago. Just
I need a little mirror right here.
see if he step up here. I did. That's the first deer I killed in 3 years. I don't hunt anymore. I don't care. I never thought that when I was in my 20s that I would ever say that, but I like the idea of hunting more than
That's why I always said
Hunting, no.
I have more fun doing stands, food plots, and deer season comes around. I'm like, well,
I don't
I got
want
this
it.
thing.
by the end of it, you're ready for it to be over with.
Yeah.
I
February,
that's
I'm
why I
ready
am.
for it.
I like hunting, still like hunting, but I get more excited. Everybody's got the little digital cell phone cameras now. I don't think I could have one of those because I know how I'd be. I'd be sitting there in the middle of the day like right now, and we're sitting here filming this, and my phone would be dinging, and I'd have something out there, be a little old
I cut my
basket rack
notifications
8
off.
point.
I do too.
I'd be wanting to leave right now, so I've still got the old school. You got to take your card out and go home, put them in the computer.
It's like
look
Christmas
at 'em.
morning every time.
Yeah,
man.
was a whole nother
I still enjoy that. I went by this morning, I hunted this morning, and
I got a couple of
Before I left
cameras
the
you can
woods.
have if you want them. If you want to add a couple more.
I went through the woods this morning. I grabbed my cards, and man, it's always exciting just not knowing. You're flipping through there.
Hey, speaking of that, I saw you probably seen it on Facebook or whatever when the ads pop up, but they got the deal now you can plug in your truck and put the app on your monitor or whatever in your truck,
Yeah.
and you can look at them on
Really?
there. I know it said
Is that the one you
not
can
the
watch?
app,
Is that
that
the one
was-
you can watch movies on as well?
Yeah, but it was with the Tacticam. You could watch. You could sit in your truck and just like you had on a computer. But I bet you can with that thing there and look on your phone. I mean, on your truck. Talking.
when you killed that one, you recorded that deer when it was laying there dead.
Yeah, and 8 point came in and kind of circled and bristled up, and he didn't like it. He didn't like it a bit, but I did. I probably should
You
have.
probably killed his brother.
Probably. No, his
Little
daddy. This
little
one was
daddy
young.
or
This one was young, and that 6 point was older.
If you want me to, I'll put the video on
It don't matter.
the.
Don't
But yeah,
matter.
it was a good deer.
Yeah, it's huge 6 point. About as good a 6 point as I've ever seen. Is that the one you talking about?
But Case is in his room. He killed 200 yards from that one's bigger. It's got like 7.5 inch bases on it.
I think it's like 16, 17 inch?
That 6 point he's got.
Big deer. Old. It was old. But anyway.
Those boom arms on that spray yesterday were huge.
Yeah, the carbon fiber. It's well, yeah, we jumped completely off ship there, but
I just
Ye-
went right.
We did.
yes, but
Circle it
that.
back.
So yes, the John Deere sprayers, 2 of them that we're getting this year do have the carbon fiber, and we've Joey that runs out of Drew, he's run one with aluminum booms on it, and we talked about how with a steel boom, when you fold out and you move stuff, you can feel that whole boom shake the machine, but with the aluminum one, you don't. And this carbon fiber yesterday, you could feel it, but it wasn't near the
How wide?
120.
So we're 120. Is that, have we got 120 or are we going from 100 to
No,
120?
we've got Joe's been running a 120,
120?
and then Bobby Ray's going to a 120, and then we'll have the 100-foot steel boom with See and Spray.
I wonder what weight-wise difference.
It was
Had to be quite a bit.
It was 3,000 or 4,000 pounds. I'm pretty sure.
Over the
There's
whole,
a lot
over the whole boom?
Just
So that's
yeah.
3 or 4 more thousand pounds that we're
It's
taking.
not sitting all the way out at the back, and
And not only that, but compaction on that on the growers.
yes, I mean, because usually when you get stuck in the sprayer, it's on the tail end. Now the R series are a lot better than the 30 series sprayers before them, because the 30 series sprayers, if you get stuck, your back tires are all the way down, your front tires are barely in the ground most time. But the R series, it does. If you get stuck in it, it's a lot more level, so your weight's distributed better. But with the carbon fiber boom, it takes a lot of that weight, that's all that pressure back there, and shifts it, so the machine will handle better.
I didn't
and-
realize there was that much difference. But shoot, that's a lot.
It is. I think it's
That'd
like
be good on
3,000.
that's going to be good on
pounds.
Hinges and
the
cradles
hinges and every cradle and everything.
Yep.
Ain't nothing scared me no worse on a dang sprayer. And this has been years ago. It's been the old Case Patriots that you got that year from us that Benny ran. You know, them booms used to come in.
Oh yeah.
And man, Benny slung that thing in one day, and I thought it was coming in the cab with us. And luckily, it caught that cradle. And
I think it was that.
man, them sungans would. They didn't have back then. They didn't. They may have had, and we just may not knew what we was doing. But it just didn't seem like you could get that thing come in there smooth. It was coming in there.
Yeah, I think they came and did an update on that. Was the ports and and they were too big. It was letting them hydraulics. But I can't remember if it was that Case or if it was John Deere. I was spraying up at Shannon one day, and I had to pee bad, and it was houses all. I was in the bottom of his houses all on the bluff right there. I was like, man. So I got down and I parked right by this ditch, and I walked down the ditch into the woods and went and peed and come back out, and I wasn't thinking, and I stepped back up out of that ditch, and I forgot that I had parked by that ditch, and that boom was up above me. So I was coming up and out of that ditch, and I hit that boom right there on the center of my head, and I woke up laying in the sand on there, and that knot on my head was growing so fast I could feel my hair move. I think I ended up finishing that load and calling Daddy. Somebody came and picked me up there because I was like nauseous. I don't know if it possibly gave me a concussion, but there ain't no concussion protocol in Brooks.
If you had a carbon fiber boom, it might not would have done that.
Probably not, but
I did notice that it didn't shake that sprayer when it let out.
yeah, it's
I took videos folding up and when it was folding out.
yeah,
It's pretty solid.
Are they
it'd be nice.
stainless tanks? I wonder. It's just talking out loud, just random thoughts, but I wonder if you could do a carbon fiber. I know you can do a plastic tank. I wonder if you could do a carbon fiber tank.
I have no idea.
Probably.
It probably wouldn't weigh any less than plastic would. Though.
No, but the
The
problem.
biggest thing with plastic's been washing out, correct?
Yeah, that's why we go with stainless steel with as many
Wash out.
washouts as we do.
The carbon fiber would be stronger than the plastic, though.
Yeah, but
It looked cool.
It would look
yeah,
good. Yeah.
yeah. Let me see what my phone's saying real quick.
We
But
on,
I didn't do it
we on a
right
break?
there. Yeah, you can take a break.
Shoot, I need to pee real quick.
I told you.
Oh, we joke about that all the time. About the person that says, "Don't go kill that deer, just go get it at Kroger," or "Don't go kill that cow." I mean, there's literally people in the world that think that you go to Kroger and that's where they assemble all this. They put your hamburger meat together. That's what's on their mind. They put your hamburger meat together back to back. And
Yeah.
just uneducated people that have no clue.
And I'm not saying this randomly. Have you ever seen those women who, like, when disasters or something are coming, they'll go to the gas station and try to fill up plastic Walmart bags with gas?
I saw that.
I would venture to say, and I don't know this. I'm no expert. I'm just saying. I would venture to say that if the whole entire world quit eating meat and went vegan or whatever they're saying, we'd eat this bitch dry. I mean, I'm not out here eating no oak limbs and pine trees. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's only so much stuff out here that you can live on every day and eat.
I bet you can.
And if you just turned a gazillion, how many of the world population is? It'd be like us grazing the earth. I mean, it'd be like a dead-gum desert. I don't think the whole world can be vegan.
No, I don't either.
How many times would you have to boil a pine cone to eat it?
Shoot, I don't know, a bunch.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Jerry Clower said, you know, a lot of people said dog don't like turnip greens. He said that, you know, he said dog love turnip greens. He said it'd take them 3 or 4 days to figure it out. I might be that way on a pine cone, you know. I might not like it there for a week, but that might by day 7 or 8, I might decide they'd go on pine cones pretty good.
Would you be the first guy or the third guy?
I'm on a carnivore diet, and so I'm on eating meat. Basically, if it's got a mama, I can eat it. So, you know, meat and dairy.
That sounded weird.
I know, but that's kind of.
If it's got a mama,
Whoa.
I've got to expound on this.
We pumping the brakes.
But so
Pumping
meat
hard.
and eggs and
There's Caleb
dairy.
Baker calling. We ought to let him on and just put him on speakerphone and say, "You're on the podcast." We're gonna get him on.
Yeah.
We'll get him on. He's wanting to come on.
So if it's got a mama, you'll eat it.
It did sound weird, but yes, meat, eggs, dairy is pretty much all I can eat. But what I was saying, y'all were talking about, you know, I could eat a cheesecake, a Coca-Cola Classic over ice, you know, the real, not the Coke, not that Coke Zero Diet Coke. I'm talking about
Not like it Dr. Pepper Zero. I've tried to cut off of regular soft drinks, and I'll buy me a Dr. Pepper Zero now. And I admit they've gotten a little better, but it ain't a Dr. Pepper. I mean, it's like blasphemy or whatever they call it. They'll not even allow them to put Dr. Pepper on the bottle.
When it says it's free of sugar, then that means they've put something in there worse for you than sugar. Sugar's still not great for you, but it's probably better than what they're replacing it with.
Tyler, what's your poison of choice?
Nicotine.
There's
No, we
actually-
buy. You talk about Coke Zeros, we buy them. That's something we keep. Oh, we used to drink our calories. I'm talking about. When I made sweet tea, the spoon stand up in it. I decided I'd rather keep my legs. So.
Yeah. Well.
Keep your leg. Yeah. Okay. Diabetes, I get it.
I keep the
I
legs.
love a Dr. And I'll still slip a Dr. Pepper here and every now and again. But for the most part,
Every now
I'll try to either drink water or I slip in a Dr. Pepper Zero, but I hadn't acquired the Dr. Pepper Zero taste.
If you swapped out the words with "I have not freebase cocaine with Dr. Pepper Zero,"
I won't do a Dr.
Not drink Dr. Pepper
Unless I'm at a party and they break out.
I mean, every now and then I might, you know, but I ain't gonna just.
Oh gosh.
And that's another thing. Are y'all pretty much? Because I know some people, like Edmondson. He would rather have the Sam's Cola taste wise over a Coke. Are y'all brand specific on your soft drinks?
Yeah. I mean Coke. Now I tell you what, and I don't know if they still have it. Like at Save-A-Lot, they had Mountain Hollers, which is the alternative Mountain Dew. Boy, you get wasted on some Mountain Hollers if you drank too many of them in a weekend.
The citrus drop at Kroger. That's what
Get all crunked up on Mountain Holler.
Yeah, them were good. But
Read
no,
about you in the Deadgum County paper. We're like, what happened to John Paul? Shoot, I don't know. He drank about 12 of them Mountain Hollers and went wild.
Baja Blast is.
It's radioactive now.
If I had to go back and I could drink one soft drink, like I'd get one a month, I'd probably go to Taco Bell and get me about 4 to 6 tacos and a Baja Blast.
Baja Blast.
They're good.
Yeah, and it's not something that I want to drink all the time, but not because I don't like it and I wouldn't want to drink it all the time. It's like I want to save it.
Oh, it hits.
Man, my favorite one ever, and I've told John Paul, probably told this story more than a dozen times, but my favorite was a McDonald's Coke. I don't know what they done to their Cokes, but
those are different.
But at some point during the line, I never tested. You can't ever have COVID unless you get tested, and I've never got tested. But it's what I contributed to. Cause somewhere around that time, I guess I might have got it, and I can't. If I drink a Coke now, it's just like it's got a medicine-y taste. I don't know. It messed it up. So whoever it was out there that allowed COVID to come out, with my stretchy jeans, I could throat kick you for messing up my McDonald's Coca-Cola, because it's horrible.
But but McDonald's Coca-Colas are different. They're different. They're different than
and
what
I can't
the rest
drink
of them
them
are.
anymore. I try them every now and again just to see if it's come back, but they still
Yeah,
taste horrible.
I'm that way with Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper,
like-
that's the only soft drink that like Sprites, Coke, all those got that old medicine to taste. But for whatever reason, old Dr. Pepper, that wasn't one of his 23 flavors. He left it. He's a COVID free.
It tastes like a coat rolled around the back of the truck to me. It's got that pre-flat in it.
Them old C4 energy drinks get me. And they make your lips itch. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if that's healthy.
That probably
I
not.
don't think I can do that. I have tried Bucked Up. Have you tried that?
I ain't
It's
tried
a-
with that.
I don't
If you
want to
get
drink nothing, and that's
If you
and
get
that,
the powder, now they make the energy drinks, but you get the powder and put in some water, man, and have your skin crawling.
I don't want to drink nothing, and that's
Like
a
laying
side
down a
effect
fire
that makes my lips itch.
It's got creatine in it. And creatine will make you itch.
They say Bucked Up has deer velvet in it.
Really?
It says it on the bottle too.
How they collect that?
I don't know. They fast.
That's the only that they.
Greg said, how did they collect that?
Well, speaking of that,
I could see Greg out there collecting deer velvet.
that a deer only eats, vegetables and whatever, or whatever you call it, plants.
They're vegan.
But when it is shedding its antlers, like if it rubs it on a tree, it will eat the velvet.
Really?
A deer will?
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's videos of it eating the
Yeah,
velvet.
that's
They
not-
don't know why. They just does it.
That's about like a dog. When they have their puppies, they eat that sack.
I know
off.
they do, and I've delivered a many a puppy, and that's the nastiest sounding thing. I've thrown up
I hadn't even told
several
y'all.
times.
Yeah.
They'll do it.
About 2 months ago, me and Waylon had a soccer game, and my dog was whining all week long, like big time whining. And so we go to the soccer game, whatever. We come back, and my dog normally meets me at the door, knocking me down, right? And she didn't do that, and so I'm like, I noticed it, and I'm looking for her, and I'm like, did we leave her outside? Well, Waylon goes back there to put his pajamas on, comes in there to Molly and goes, "Hey, Mama, Amy's got a skunk in the bathroom with her."
In the bathroom?
Yeah, and Molly just brushed it off and was like, "Boy, go put your pajamas on." He's like, "All right." And so he goes in there and takes his clothes off, and then walks in there and pees, steps over my dog and this skunk, pees, comes back out, and puts his pajamas on. He was like, "Yeah, Mama, I stepped over that skunk in there. I think it's dead." Molly walks in there. My dog had a puppy.
Just one?
Just one, and it was dead. And I ain't gonna lie, it tore me up.
Black and
I mean,
white?
because we've had that dog. Yeah, it was black and white. And my dog is like a champion breed, lab.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, she's useless because I'm not a duck hunter. But I've got a black one and a yellow one, and the yellow one was when it was pregnant. And it tore me up for it. Well, I go in there, and I'm like, I'm just gonna leave her with it for a second. I felt bad. I didn't want to take it. And Molly was like, "She's gonna eat it." I'm like, she's not gonna eat the dog. And she was like, yeah, she will eat it. And I'm like, she's not gonna eat it. It'll be fine. So I went to bed. Woke up
No
2,
puppy.
3 o'clock in the morning, work on a video. Walk in there, no puppy.
Yep.
And boy, my wife, when she woke up, was mad.
I had one. We've had one when we raised labs. We kind of still do, but yeah, we had one eat a litter of 4. I don't think they were dead.
My dad had one to do that. Ate the live ones.
It's got serious.
Glad I skipped lunch.
Man.
I feel like I always take it.
Dude, dang the road you go down.
Y'all were talking about dogs eating puppies, and I just had that happen to me.
Well, we got off on the. I'm still trying to figure out how they collect dead gum velvet.
Well, they have to. It has to be at these deer farms where they collect the urine and stuff to sell.
Got the velvet
doe
contract.
urine. So they're getting.
Just,
They may end up cutting the. On some of them, they may end up
I wonder
just
if it's
scraping
just
the
velvet
cut.
off a deer. If they could do velvet
Yeah.
off a elk or whatever.
I'm sure.
And a moose.
Yeah,
That'd be a
that'd
pretty
be a
good
bunch of
stop
velvet
line,
on
yeah.
one of them things. I bet.
The moose dropped their horns.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, they dropped their
Yeah,
horns.
Yeah, they
yeah,
got
I
to.
guess they would.
A moose
That
dropped
sounds like a
shells.
lot to grow back every year, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Man, can you imagine the weight you've been toting around a dang something about like his table all season? You drop it and you be like, head gum, heck yeah.
I don't think there's any deer.
Like if this idiot ever gets his hair cut.
Yeah.
Hey, me?
Yeah.
Hey, somebody put in the comments that I look like the Tiger King.
Yeah, Tiger King, Joe Dirt, Stanley from down the road by the junkyard.
I have gotten 3
Charles
times
Manson.
this week. 3 times this week, Kid Rock.
Oh.
And then
I was born
Morgan
free.
Wallen once.
Yeah, or if you can imagine him, that shirt kind of goes with it, with a falcon on his shoulder
yeah.
and the leather arm sleeve. He looks like what I call a falconator. Like he'd get out there on the
So let's
50-yard
talk about
line and send a falcon out.
Because I seriously thought about it. I seriously thought about buying a Falcon. But if
I
you,
think it'd be awesome because I've seen videos.
thank you, Craig. All right. Now
Get a falcon.
I got the velvet collector on my side.
He told me the price yesterday. Oh,
How much is just
$800.
That's entry level falcon.
Well, that's a big Falcon. Now you can get the
When you
little
say big
ones.
falcon, we're talking about pigeon size.
We're talking about like a daggum eagle. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking
Oh dang!
like
buzzard size.
like what the ones you would see out here, the big ones, the chicken hawks.
I ain't never seen a falcon.
Now the sparrow hawks, the little ones, those are the bad eagle. They're like little Ferraris, man. You'll be driving them dudes will be driving down the road, right? Be a rabbit, bird, whatever, and they'll be in a truck. You know they're I'm assuming it's an El Camino.
Yeah, you would have to have an El Camino.
I mean,
if
you're a falcon guy, you've got an El Camino. So, and they'll be riding down the road, and there'll be a bird in somebody's yard, and I'm talking about they'll hit the brakes, and like a deadgum boomerang, they'll like just launch it out the window, like just throw it, and that bird will just, and he'll go over and catch it, and they'll whistle, and he'll bring it back. And it'll kill it on the ground. Like as soon as it catches it, it kills it.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
To get a falcon.
Yes, I want to drive.
Well,
I want to drive the El Camino, and I'm gonna let Will throw his falcon out the window.
I guess we can show it on here. We can have the falcon.
I seen a video like that, but the guys didn't
No,
stop. I'm talking about they were driving down the road, looked like 30 or 40 mile an hour, and he threw that thing out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I was like, dead gum. Man,
I mean,
that'd be
these
awesome.
are like, I mean, I'm surprised they ain't got falcon races or something. I mean, because they're driving down the road, and I'm talking about not even stopping sometimes. Just, and that
I
falcon,
wonder if they're victim specific, I guess, you know.
well, a lot of times it's birds.
So you
Like
gotta
the
sick,
smaller
you gotta
ones
sick
will go
them on
after the birds.
something the same, like rabbits or. I mean, you can't just throw them out the window and they go pick what they want to get.
Yes, well,
come
you
back
can
with a
train them to get
6-year-old.
whatever.
Yeah, that's what I don't, you know.
Now, don't judge me too hard,
We'd
but I
have thrown it
did.
out the window and come back with.
here's your $20.
They wouldn't come back
we
with Rowan.
apologize. No,
They wouldn't come back with rowing. That's something been put it in a headlock.
Yeah.
I did go down the road of trying to figuring out how you can catch one instead of buying one. And that's an interesting process.
But how
Yeah.
do you
And
But how do you train it if you just go catch one?
Because what they do is they use food to train it. So it doesn't eat unless it does.
Man, it'd be like a boomerang.
But the
to me.
first
I
time
would
you
let
let it go,
and
is it not?
never
It's not gonna come back.
Huh?
The first time you let it go, it's not gonna come back. Is what I'm saying.
I forgot how they did that part. I'll be honest.
Probably
That's
indoors.
that's part of that falcon.
I'll be honest.
Falconry.
I didn't get past catching it because I was so hung up on trying to catch him.
I'm gonna say you need to start from scratch with somebody that has a hybrid falcon line. From
I found a
the
dealer
16th century.
in Illinois.
Yeah, they've been falconating for 3 generations. You
I
know?
can't wait. I'm a big fan.
This is stupid.
I want you to get a falcon.
I mean,
Man, just think if we had a falcon up here now and there was a rabbit or something in there that landed in your yard, we could sick him on that.
All
What
right.
do you think rabbit season?
imagine if, SHTF happened today and you had a trained falcon that could catch you squirrels, catch you rabbits, and all you had to do is like, go get it. And he'd just fly around out there, snatch one up, and you eat.
You'd have to share with them.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean, I get it.
like he brings it back like you're a baby bird. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, it just sounds stupid, but I get it.
You flipping the bird this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
That's gonna become the official logo of the podcast. If I buy a falcon, we're gonna
Flipping the bird.
we're gonna set it up. No, we're gonna set the falcon up in here on the podcast.
You got company.
Who is it?
I don't know. Looks like a dark car.
Speaking of that, we pulled over at the shop yesterday. I said, whose piece of shit car is this? They park where I park every day. And Will said, that's my granddad's. Like, I really like that car. It's a nice car.
I really like it.
All right, let's talk about.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
well, big
Put
thing,
that on there.
Yeah, big thing this week. I think we've been getting Trump's cabinet.
Oh, the inauguration.
His cabinet members or staff or whatever you want to call it. They've been going through their appeals process or court process or whatever.
I hadn't even had
I've
time
been,
to
I've been
watch
pretty
the
impressed
news.
with the lady that they've pinned. I can't remember her name. He's pinned to be his attorney general. She seems pretty smart, and she doesn't put up with a lot of lip like old Schumer and all those guys was trying to run her through the mill and trying to overtalk her and stuff. And she pretty much put the brakes on them, told them to hold up, and if you ask me a question, let me answer it type deal. And that's what all of them do. Those career politicians on both sides, they just think because you've been there 30 years that you can just overtalk folks. And I'm glad she stood up for herself and told them to sit down and shut up. If you ask me a question, let me answer it, whether it's the right answer, if you want to hear, or the wrong answer. If you ask me a question, let me answer it. So I don't know. I liked her from that standpoint. I'm behind her. Don't even know her
Who
name.
was this?
I don't know. She's a blonde head.
Yeah, right. As I was.
I can't remember her name. I don't follow it that close, but like I said,
I know.
I like the fact that she told like 2 separate ones that, like, hey, if you ask me a question, let me answer the question.
I went to Donald's new house the other day while we were over there.
Trump.
Yeah. The White House. I mean, we went by it.
That new house.
They had,
Hanging out.
They had a lot of barricades up. You can't
Oh, I bet.
You can't get close to it right now.
I seen where and it's crazy how they, every 4 years, I guess, I don't know if they recycle. Surely they do something with all that furniture, but, each family picks, I guess if you got back-to-back terms, you wouldn't, but like they said they've got a 5-hour, Trump's wife, Melania, was talking about the other day, they've got she's picked everything out, I think, that they're going into the new house with everything. Said she changed a few things from the first time, but they was asking her, was she excited about going in or whatever and all that stuff, but she said she felt more comfortable because the first time they went in, they were outsiders, and nobody really helped them. They really didn't know what to do, but being the second time going in, that she had a little more idea of what to expect. But she said there was a 5-hour window there when the 20th came, the 5-hour window where they've got to get all the Biden stuff out and all the Trump stuff in. And that's a pretty good size house.
That's a
They
job.
probably got 100
Oh,
movers
yeah.
there
Ain't no
doing it.
telling
Though.
you.
Ain't no
But that's a
telling.
pretty good sized house to basically gut it down and move everything in. So
We went on a tour of the Capitol and all that on the inside. It was pretty neat.
I wonder, like, what Melania Trump thinks about Trump being president and all the whole thing.
she seemed the other night pretty genuine about she liked being first lady.
She did. Would she give a speech somewhere?
No, she done an interview. I forgot who it was with. I didn't watch the whole interview. I watched like a snippet, like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes of it.
I also wonder what they're like married together. Like, do they,
No doubt Trump outkicked his coverage on that one.
Oh, wait, no, there ain't no doubt there. But I'm talking about, like, do they, talk to each other like normal married couple? I don't know. I always just wonder about
Yeah,
that.
they probably do, because I've seen.
I should have said that on camera. That's stupid. You're gonna have to cut that. Really, cut that. 'Cause I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I said that.
Wait,
Go
well,
ahead.
Remember that Jason told that story about his mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the moments right there.
All right. Cut.
Take two.
Take two.
Dude.
What was you saying?
No, I think Trump's a pretty normal guy. Other than he's got a lot more money than the average everyday guy. Because you can listen to his grandkids. I think what's his Don Jr.'s girl Kai.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard she done one of the speech at the Republican National Convention, and she was talking about he's a pretty normal grandfather. He calls, checks on during the week. How did your schoolwork go? That type of stuff. So I think for his family, he's probably just down to earth as any grandfather would be, or father, or whatever. He's just in a different position than most people. President of the United States, and got more money than he'll ever need. So
I would just like to be a fly on the wall
but I bet he's
in a Trump White House.
carries on just like everybody else.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I feel like he's pretty normal. Like, just the way he talks in public. Because if you're going to be a little tighter in public than you are, talk. And as loose as he is in public, I feel like he, is a pretty good conversation in private. But you never see that side of him. And I don't even think Joe Rogan really got that side out of him as good as I thought he was going to. Like, I thought Joe Rogan was going to get him to talk a little bit more. Like, talk, not just campaign talk. But I just always wondered that. But I bet he's pretty.
Probably.
Maybe
I'd have a beer with
Maybe
him.
he'll open up more on our show. Maybe.
He does have that card.
I mean, the invitation's out there if he wants to come.
Got my Trump card.
Y'all think anything crazy is going to happen at the inauguration?
I don't.
I don't think so either. I think it's going to be.
Maybe all the crazies settle down.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, do y'all have anything else? I think we've been going now for an hour and 8 minutes.
I'm so hungry I could eat a dog.
Eat a dog.
Yeah. I ate that.
Back to that subject.
I ate that piece of pork down there a minute ago, but
Man, we covered everything from Stretchy Jeans to which way you button your shirt up or down. So yeah. Touched on ag a little bit, which not a whole lot happened in the ag industry to talk about extra. I mean, we got snow and sleet for 3 or 4 days last week.
I think there has been a little bit of positive movement in the market this week, and I meant to, before we got on here, look at the numbers.
That may be something we'll start trying to have a little more week to week.
Well, I can put the chart up at the beginning.
Well, not only that, but just we'll try to get more of a. If there's anything that's worth speaking about in the ag industry, I mean, we can't sit up here and talk about carbon fiber booms every week, but we'll try to come up with, if anything interesting, anything or newsworthy comes up in the ag industry.
I try to pay attention to the headlines and see if there's anything.
Like I said, from the last week to this week, I mean, we had, at least around here locally, we had snow and everything's pretty much.
Over the past 5 days, corn has gone up 25 cents a bushel. I mean, to a lot of people, listen to that, a quarter is not much. When you're talking about, hundreds of thousands of bushels on some farms, that's a lot of money. So I ain't looked at, but corn has gone up in the past few days. So
What's it up to?
For like 475.
475.
Yeah.
From what?
It was down to
25.
450, somewhere in there.
Well, that's good.
So it looks like beans are actually up. They're up back above $10, $10.50 or so right now. So I don't know. That's what's got to happen to his.
Is that price gonna get any farmers to sale?
Yeah, I actually saw a picture yesterday of long lines at the port yesterday. At the elevator, there was somebody put a picture, and there was.
I know a couple people was loading today.
Yeah, they were so.
Well, we just told Chip. He said he still had corn to sell.
Mm-hmm.
In the bin, so he's just.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much what he was waiting on, is just a price better than the price that was out there currently.
I visited a couple of growers in Tennessee this week, and that's what they said. They said they still had a good bit of crop in the bins.
How long can it sit in there?
Well, really, it can sit in there a while, as long as you can stand to keep it dry and bugs out of it and all that, and as long as your pocketbook will let you. What?
Like a deer running across that far pasture, you can't see it now.
Probably that doe.
No, there they come. There's two more of them coming across that hill. See them?
Yeah, way over.
Way over yonder. On the other side of the road.
They're all in there.
I mean, he's getting it.
I don't see them.
In the other pasture across the road.
Way over there?
Yep.
I don't see them.
They probably gone.
Yeah, I don't see them now either.
Which direction are they headed?
To the left.
Well,
Well, they're cutting timber over there on the other side of that tower.
spooked
Yeah.
3 of them out of there.
Overhead like this. Got distracted by
Deer.
deer.
Man, yeah. Oh, priorities, you know. You gotta,
Yeah.
Tyler, have you got anything to add to anything? You know, I mean, this is your first go around with this crazy jump.
Yeah, y'all caught me off guard. Yeah,
we
Yeah.
sort of all. I mean, me and John Paul. I mean, we're like
pros.
pros now. I mean, we're in episode 2.
See, my dad always said I had a face for the radio, so
But
Y'all doing better than me.
Man, we pretty much hit every deer stand random bullet point though. I had a couple of more on there, but I mean we can catch those next go around that we didn't hit. I mean we ain't got to hit them all today. I'm good about just random when nothing's.
I thought today went.
When nothing's coming out, you know, you sort of just goof around and.
are we off the camera?
No, I mean we can't. We're recording. I'm gonna finish it.
We're just talking. Some
Yeah.
stuff.
This is at the end
tell you
of the
what,
day.
At the end of the day.
When are y'all getting Joe Frank and Will over here? Because that's gonna. I mean, that can get fun.
We can do it whenever.
We have a good time talking in the morning time every morning. So
We can do
as long
it
as you
next
got
week.
coffee, you put your pot of coffee up here. You can get some shit out of Joe Frank.
Yeah.
Joe Frank, a big coffee drinker.
Yeah, I drank 1 to 2 pots a day, and he'll drink about the same.
Pots.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's something about the water at the shop. Now you get Folger's coffee, a Bun coffee maker, and Drew's water. Best damn coffee.
Mm.
I drank it black, nothing in it. Go home, I had to put sugar and creamer and a little flour and everything else in it. I tried it.
All right. Well, that is it for this week. Make sure if you haven't watched the episode again that launched today, make sure you watch that. That's the very first one. Got a lot of good information in there actually. Talking about 2024, what that looked like, and then going into 2025, what we hope that looks like, and new things that we got coming on board equipment wise. And so, anyway, make sure y'all check that out. I'm going to create a YouTube channel that we're going to move this to permanently, and then also on all the other podcast platforms and streaming platforms like Spotify and then Apple Podcasts, things like that. But for right now, we're going to put it on Facebook too. We are going to post it on Facebook in the future, just after we post it on other platforms in the future. But these first couple of episodes, when we're getting all this worked out, we'll post it on both. But when we do get that posted, make sure you go over there and like and subscribe to that, because that way you'll know when a new episode comes out. If you are interested in sponsoring the show, actually, and you're a local business or a business that is not local, that does things online, that would be interested in working and partner with us in some sponsorships, feel free to reach out to us. You can DM us in the comment section, or you can go on the Brooks Facebook page and message us there or call us. Also, this show is brought to you by Brooks Custom Application. We are an application company, a custom application company. We can provide you with any application needs. If you need any fertilizer, lime, chemical spraying, any kind of needs like that, we got you covered. We've got how many machines? 38 machines?
32.
32 machines. 32 machines. And we can cover any size job you got. So yeah, if you're a farmer out there, needs anything, we are here for you to call. Again, as we talked about in the first episode, it's free consultation. Give them a call, talk to John Paul, talk to Craig, talk to Tyler, figure out if we can help you save you money. And again, the consultation is free. Doesn't cost you anything, just, a conversation. And so hopefully we hear from you, and we out. We'll see you next time.